History reveals a long trend of barbarity and bloodshed perpetrated in the name of various gods. The Old Testament recounts the wholesale slaughter of city after city by the Israelites. The Crusades, the Spanish Inquisition, the Salem witch trials, Mayan sacrifice, and Islamic terrorism are but a few of the further examples of evil done in the name of, or in an effort to appease, some supernatural entity or another. I submit that these acts are directly attributable to religious dogma, and given that much of our bloody past is the product of religion, it seems evident that thinking and compassionate believers would want to divorce themselves from the ideologies that fueled such blood rage. Why don't they? The answer is complex and varied, but setting aside for the moment the irrational fear of eternal damnation, I think it largely comes down to a basic attribute of primates. We are social creatures. Given the choice, few of us would willingly choose isolation from others of our species. Studies of other primates have revealed the importance of social bonds. And it's no coincidence that in prison, solitary confinement is considered a greater punishment than simple incarceration. We need social interaction. And this attribute is exploited by religion in order to manipulate people. Statistically speaking, one's religion is determined by accident of birth. From birth, most of us are brought to a church, synagogue, mosque, or temple. We're taught what our parents believe, and we accept it as true. And why shouldn't we? Our parents believe it. Our friends and neighbors believe it. They can't all be wrong, can they? Few of us choose the ideology we find most plausible through a critical evaluation of various belief systems. Rather, we accept what we're taught, and as a result, are accepted into the flock. We belong. We become part of a community. We feel loved and valued. So what are believers to do when confronted with mountains of evidence in support of ideas which threaten their belief? They can ignore the evidence and hide behind their holy text. They can perform the mental contortions of the religious apologist in an effort to make the facts fit their dogma. They can privately accept the evidence and quietly modify their personal belief system without leaving the community of the faithful. Or they can accept the fact that their previous beliefs are simply myth, leave the faith, and subsequently endure the consequences of what often amounts to social suicide. None of these options are pleasant, and trust me, I did them all. But the last is by far the hardest. It took me 20 years. Deconversion is understandably traumatic. It can mean losing one's place in the world. Losing one's faith can be scary, but leaving one's faith is far worse. One risks being ostracized by family and friends, losing the community they've been a part of their entire lives, and at the extreme, can literally be a death sentence. When I told my family that I'm an atheist, I discovered who they really are. They are my family. We disagree about religion, just as we've disagreed about many other things in the past. But we are still family, and we still love one another. I sometimes miss my imaginary friend, but trading him for never having to make excuses for unjustifiable beliefs is a swap I'd make again in an instant. I just wish I had done it sooner. So, to the believers out there who suspect you've been deceived, but fear leaving the faith, I do understand. I lived it. And while I may ridicule your silly superstitions, know that an evidence-based scientific understanding of the universe will never deliberately mislead you or condemn you for being human. And know this, you were not born sinful. You are not responsible for the misdeeds of your ancestors. So, should you decide to break free from the shackles of religious dogma, as I finally did, set your fears to one side. You are not alone. And you're in for a terrific surprise. Without the confines of religion, the universe, as revealed by scientific evidence, is more complex and remarkable than any dogma would have ever allowed you to believe. You'll never have to simply accept anything you're told without sufficient evidence. And as for what you believe, hold yourself to one simple standard. Be intellectually honest. The rest is left to the excitement of exploration. Science will never claim to have all the answers, nor will it claim to have absolute certainty, but it will always be pressing the limits of our understanding and discovering new truths. And if you think for a minute that your place in the cosmos will be diminished without a God, you couldn't be more wrong. You see, each of us is the result of a highly improbable and wonderful combination of events. We are special, and the world has never seen our like before. Aside from some hydrogen and helium atoms, the matter that makes up our world, elements like carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and iron, were fused in the hearts of massive stars. Eons ago, those celestial giants collapsed under the weight of their own gravity and exploded into brilliant supernovas, scattering their enriched motes into the universe. Eventually, those elements formed gas clouds, which gradually accreted to form our solar system. And for the last 4.6 billion years, those atoms have cycled through mountains and seas, been consumed by flora and fauna, spewed from volcanoes, and fallen as rain. Over and over, molecules combined and recombined in countless ways until finally forming something absolutely unique in all of history. You. And that makes you very special indeed. But if you still need a celestial dictator judging you for thought crimes in order to give your life meaning,
error.